And normally you fly somewhere between 500 and 1500 feet. You don't want to go too high. You can do that in an aeroplane. The nice thing about a balloon is you can fly the thing really low. So yes, they picked up a bit of speed and off they go, taking a definite direction. If you remember right, they're heading over towards Ulster's that way. They're going to be heading slightly north. I shall ask a man who knows, our balloon flight director here. Out of the side of the balloon, and once you start getting into the more complex special shapes, essentially all of the same structure is inside the shape, and then on the outside there is the final shape, and you're going to see some of those flying this evening as well. I just noticed off in the distance we have a visitor as well. If you look over the trees on the other side of the launch field, we have a big red balloon. That's for Virgin Balloon Flights, who are one of the ride operators who operate in the area. And he's not participating in this event, but he's going to be flying passengers who pay for a flight. So there goes Southern Plastic Cloud. Give them a wave, give them a shout. They will wave back, they can hear you. We have our Cameron balloon demonstrator here as well. Cameron Balloons, the world's largest manufacturer of balloons. Many of the balloons you're going to see tonight built in the factory in Bristol. There are also balloons that have been built in the Czech Republic, at Kubitschek, and balloons that are built in Spain by Ultra Magic. There are also older balloons that were built in the UK by companies like Lindstrand Balloons and Thunder and Colt, which are now all part of the Cameron's empire. The hot air balloon company from Bristol. The reincarnation of another company by the same name from the 1980s, 90s. And you can see there with the Southern Plastic Cloud balloon, the pilot has infinite control up or down. He can control that to the nearest inch as it goes over the top of the trees without disturbing a single leaf. You should get some more now coming out from over by the trees. And you'll see all sorts of different designs. You can see vertical stripes, diagonal stripes, diagonal squares, with cigar work on them. The design is entirely up to you, your imagination. These are all sewn together by hand. So once you give your design to the manufacturers, such as Cameron's, and if you go on the Cameron Balloons website, they actually have, I think, something called Sky Sketcher, which is a program that you can go and play with where you can design your own balloon. And then once you've done that, they will then build it for you, and you can go and learn to fly your own hot air balloon. So you have the vertical panels, you have diagonal panels, horizontal panels, or as we've got in this one that's coming over here, you've got vertical panels with little darts in between. This is a specific design called a concept. They're smaller, they're lighter, and less expensive to build. So once they come over the top, the first thing they're going to be doing is keeping an eye out for the balloons that they're flying over the top of, because you can only see what's below you. You can't see anything above you. So the rules of the airway are that you give way to the balloon below you. So if you see a balloon that's then coming out of the field, you climb and you get away from that balloon, and you make sure that they've got a clear airspace to be able to lift off. Now we've got some small balloons here this weekend as well, because the smaller the balloon, the smaller the basket, the less weight it will lift, until you get to the point where the balloon is so small you can't actually lift the basket. So you do away with the basket, and you have a little harness that you wear with the tank on your back. And we're going to have a low pass here from Ginny. It's coming in over the top of the crowd. You can see that bright orange burner that they use, which doesn't give off so much noise. Wave as they go. So our cannon balloon demonstrator is away. During the day, if you're here, you would have seen the balloons inflated in the Cameron Arena. We have for the old veteran balloons, for the oldies and goldies, and that's balloons and commentators. So now we're starting to get the field filling up. We've got all our aliens are here. The Fly Alien campaign, brainchild of Lee Hooper. Now this all-pay balloon you can see here, G-paid, a slightly different shape. This is what we call a racer. Now this is what they use for competitions. It's a little bit skinny at the bottom and a little bit skinny at the top. And it means that it actually will climb and descend much faster than the standard shape balloon, which is great when you're flying in competitions, when you're throwing those markers at the targets, because it means that you can actually get over a target, you can take the parachute valve and release the parachute valve and descend very, very quickly in order to get to where you want to be in terms of your target flying. So this is a racer style balloon, and if you see any footage from the World Championships, you'll see the majority of balloons are that shape. And you'll see Dange as well, which is inflating over there, which is the Dan Gregory's balloon. And he's one of our very, very good up-and-coming competition pilots.
Oh, yeah.
There's another racer here, CLDJ, which is a lovely, beautifully... Essentially, every single aircraft has hundreds of these because they are the special connectors that connect the hydraulic systems of commercial aircraft and military aircraft. And the pilot who used to fly that, lovely chap, unfortunately he's no longer with us. And we used to go to all the events and he was always there with us, and fondly remembered. So you can see Richard in his multicoloured racer balloons, staying low. It is a football apparently. I thought it was a petrol pump sign or something like that, but in actual fact, no, it is apparently a football. And all of the structure of the standard balloon is inside that balloon. You can't see it, obviously, because it's hidden, and bits of it are taken away, and it's just the cables and the bits of fabric in order to support that completely round shape. And you're going to see a couple of other slightly more weird ones that will be taking off in a minute. So Gerard, as he comes over, obviously, give him a wave, give him a shout, he can hear you. Gerard's been coming to this event since it first started 8 years ago. One of our regular and favourite visitors. So if you look back over to your left, over the back of the arena, you'll now start to see the sky absolutely full of colour, the sunlight on it. This is a Kodak moment. Or actually nowadays, of course, it would be an Apple or an Android moment. And this is almost fly together as a group. It is the best thing. So I'm waiting now for these two special shapes to inflate and to fly. And we have a couple of our visiting foreign ones. The giant orange you can see, and the Slick the Dragon balloon. These two are owned by Matt Joyce in Bristol. They originally were advertising contract balloons that he's bought that are still flyable. And as they're taking off, you see the roof care balloon is gently rotating. Now, you will see there's a little dent in the side of the balloon, and he's actually pulling a string in the basket that opens a little vent in the side of the balloon, like a little mini jet engine, and allows him to rotate the balloon around its central axis. So it means he can rotate the balloon to be able to see where he's going. It's also a very good idea to make sure that that is not trapped on anything, because otherwise you're flying all the time with the balloon spinning like a top. We also have our big purple dinosaur. This is going to be one that you definitely need to get your cameras out. And we have Finley the turtle inflating. Be the first time Finley's been here. I was talking about the small one-man balloons that don't have a basket. There's just a chair with a tank on your back. We have our first one of the cloud hoppers taking off now. I think that might be Chris Dobson. Our first alien is away. I think that might be Charlie Timbrell. I can't remember who the pilot is. Charlie Timbrell flying the alien balloon. He's one of our local pilots. He was inflating the Cadbury's cream egg earlier on. He lives in Redditch. And he is definitely an alien. So Chris Dobson, as he comes over in his little one-man cloud hopper. And the beauty of those is they're like a little Formula 1 racing car. They go up and they come down very, very quickly. So you have to be a little bit careful about it, but they are great fun to fly. If you're brave enough. So hopefully he'll do a little pass close to the crowd line. I'm not sure if it is Chris, I can't see from here. Oh no, we have a whole bunch of cloud hoppers coming in. Our second alien is away. So we're hoping Steve is going to give us a nice low fly past without dropping his phone this time. Because this morning he flew, and as he took off, his phone fell out of his pocket. Luckily someone picked it up on the field. So you have to make sure that everything's strapped in. And the guy flying the Energist one, he's very brave because he's flying it in shorts. I did that once and I landed in a field that had just been freshly cut of steam metals. And ended up kind of an inflatable screwdriver bit.
That's exactly what I thought.
Which is powered by a fan in the basket, electric powered fan in the basket.
Don't use it for that.
University of Bristol balloon taking off. The University of Bristol have a very active balloon club. And they teach a lot of pilots to fly. So don't forget to say hello to Finley as he comes over.
I'll turn. I'm no expert.
And we are absolutely delighted to be able to bring this to you, to show you what it can be like on a beautiful summer's evening here in Ulster, watching something as spectacular as that in the sky. Now I'm trying to remember the name of the dragon. I think it's Oggy. It's Oggy or Iggy. I can't remember. I think it's Oggy. And I will get told off by the Rambolas who come all the way from Holland with her.